Namaste students. So today we are dealing with the chapter that is aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acid. So in your last class you have learned regarding the concept of your aldehydes, ketones as well as carboxylic acid, from where it is derived, as well as some of the nomenclature as well as IUPAC, common name. Okay, so those concepts you have learned, and also you have learned mainly how it goes with the preparation. Okay, so generally now first we are dealing with aldehydes as well as ketones. So general reactions we have seen where we can prepare aldehydes as well as ketones. Okay, so next separately we are going to deal with preparation of aldehydes. So in preparation of aldehydes as well as ketones, by using of same reactant, okay, or by using of same kind of catalyst, you are going to prepare aldehydes as well as ketones. So that will be done by using of alcohol. So if you are using primary alcohol in the presence of oxidizing agent, okay, so their oxidation will be done so that you will get aldehyde as a product. If you are using secondary alcohol in the presence of oxidizing agent, so oxidation will be done so that you will get ketone as a product. So that is nothing but first method, that is oxidation method. Second method you have learned by catalytic dehydrogenation. Okay, so there what will happen if you are using, in the sense, alcohol, if you are passing through catalyst surface, by that time primary alcohol if you are using, you are going to get aldehyde. Secondary alcohol you are using, in the sense, you are going to get ketone as a product. So that is nothing but catalytic dehydrogenation. The next one you have learned by using of hydrocarbons, in the sense, by using of alkenes as a reactant in the presence of ozone, which will be called as ozonolysis, so that you will get aldehyde, ketone, or sometimes both aldehyde or ketone you will get as a product. In the same way, by using of alkynes as a hydrocarbon, okay, there in the presence of mercuric sulfide as well as sulfuric acid, you will get either aldehyde as a product, ketone as a product, or both the mixture. So if you are using ethyne as a reactant, you are going to get aldehyde. The higher alkynes if you are using, in a sense, ketones production will be done. So the next concept that we will be learning over here, that is nothing but preparation of aldehyde. So this has got some of the method where the naming reactions will come. So the first method that we are seeing over here, so that will be considered as from acyl chloride, or we can say this as from acid chloride. Okay, so preparation of aldehyde will be done by using of acid chloride. Okay, so it can be aryl or acyl. So generally we are using any one of the acid derivative. We are using acid chlorides, we are using, and we are going to prepare aldehyde as a product. So this will be done, say for example, benzoyl chloride if I am using as a reactant. Okay, so this will be done in the presence of hydrogen as well as palladium as well as barium sulfate as a catalyst. Okay, so this is your catalyst where hydrogenation will be done. So hydrogenation, in the sense, what will happen here? Two hydrogen H plus ions are present. So one H will be added over here so that Cl will be removed. Okay, so if I write here H plus are there, right? So one H plus will be added over here so that Cl will be removed, and you will get your product as C double bond OH. Okay, one more H ion, hydrogen ion as well as Cl, it will be reacted together to form HCl as a byproduct. So this is one method where we are going to prepare aldehyde. So you are supposed to, if they ask how to prepare aldehyde by using of acid chloride, you are supposed to write acid chloride will be treated with the hydrogen, or hydrogenation will be done in the presence of palladium as well as barium sulfate catalyst to get aldehyde as a product. So aldehyde will be formed as a product over here. So by using of acid chloride, if the reaction or the production of aldehyde is done, so that the reaction will be considered as Rosen-Mundt reaction. Very important reaction. By using of acid chloride, if the preparation of aldehyde will be done, where you have written the heading, okay, from acid chloride, so there only you just write the reaction will be known as Rosen-Mundt reaction. Okay, so that reaction will be considered as Rosen-Mundt reaction. The next reaction where we are preparing aldehyde, so that will be considered, okay, so here preparation will be done by using of nitriles as well as esters. Okay, so these concepts nitriles as well as ester, if we are preparing aldehyde, so that will be called as Stephan reaction. This is also important reaction. Okay, Stephan's reaction is nothing but by using of nitriles in the presence of stannous chloride as well as hydrochloric acid, the production of aldehyde will be done. Okay, again I will repeat. Stephan reaction is nothing but the reaction will be done by using of nitriles. Okay, so nitriles when it react with the stannous chloride as well as hydrochloric acid. So I use a simple nitrile now. Okay, so this is nothing but nitrile group. So now when this nitrile group will be treated with stannous chloride as well as hydrochloric acid. Okay, so by that time whatever the product, in the sense as a final product you are going to get aldehyde. So that will be called as a Stephan reaction. So in the presence of this, see what will happen here. Mechanism is not important. Just to understand the method, I will tell you how you will get the product. Okay, so as a final product you are going to get aldehyde as a product. So now here what will happen, H plus as well as Cl minus will be there, right? So this H plus will be added over here. Okay, H plus, so this H plus will be added over here. So when one bond is added in the sense another bond you are supposed to remove, right? So that bond you give it to carbon. Okay, so that you will get your product as RCH double bond and H hydrogen you are going to give it here, not Cl. Okay, so this Cl what will happen, this Cl will react with stannous chloride, so that stannous trichloride formation will take place. So that reagent will help this reaction to go with a faster rate, as well as in the presence of hydrolysis, in the sense water molecule, you are going to get aldehyde as a product. So you can write H2O or you can write H3O plus ion formation also you can write over here to get RCHO as a product. In the sense aldehyde you are going to get as a product. So how the product formation will take place? Now in this RCH double bond and H, when it is there, reaction will be done with H plus and OH minus, right? So this OH minus will be bonded with the carbon. Okay, and this will be given over here, so that you will get RCH. For this OH is added, right? Okay, so now here single bond is given here, so that you will get NH2, right? So now here you know between oxygen and hydrogen bond will be there, so that bond will be given up and this will be removed, so that you will get RCH double bonded O. Okay, RCH double bonded O will be formed. This hydrogen will be removed as well as NH2 will be removed, so that you will get NH3 as a product formation. So this is your major product. So this is the way how you will get aldehyde. This is not at all important. They will not ask for CTC as well as state also. But this reaction is important. But you should know how you will get the product. Okay, so this is regarding the formation of your aldehyde by Stephan reaction. So now what will happen? It is not needed every time you are supposed to use stannous chloride as well as hydrochloric acid. If you are using stannous chloride and hydrochloric acid, then the reaction will be called as Stephan reaction with your nitrate. Sometimes what will happen in industries and all, instead of these two reactants, they will use dival. Okay, usage of dival will be done. What is mean by dival? Dival is nothing but di-iso. B represents butyl. Okay, Al represent aluminium hydride. So when you are writing dival with H you are supposed to write. Okay, di-isobutyl aluminium hydride. So this reactant will be utilized so that you will get aldehyde as a product. So some simple example I will just take same reactant. Okay, so I will use dival. Dival is nothing but I can write in this form also. Isobutyl. See, di-isobutyl aluminium hydride. Okay, di-isobutyl aluminium hydride will be used as a reagent over here, so that I will get product as RCHO. Aldehyde will be formed as a product. So instead of this I can use a long chain reactant also. Okay, if I am using CH3, CH double bond CH, okay, CH2, okay, CN. If I am using long chain of reactant, I can use this dipole over here also. So what will be the product? See, your nitrile group is present over here. This is your R group. Okay. So what you will get product? How you will get as a product? CH3, CH double bond, CH, CH2, C double bond OH. There is no change with the C. R will remain same. Only the changes will be seen with your nitrile group. Okay. So there, instead of nitrile group, you will get aldehyde group as a product formation will take place with your aldehyde group. So this will take place not only with your nitrile, it can take place with your ester also. If you are using ester, okay, ester in the sense, now for example, now CH3, CH2, 9 times C double bond OCH3. This is nothing but your ester, right? Okay, ester in the sense C double bond O, as well as between this oxygen is present, right? So by using of oxygen in the sense, by using of ester also in the presence of the same reagent, if you are using aluminum hydride diisobutyl as a reagent, even here also it is possible to get aldehyde. So the product formation will take place if you are using your ester. The product will be this one. So this ester OCH3, okay, so it will be replaced by hydrogen. Okay, replacement will be done by hydrogen. Okay, so this is regarding the concept. So next preparation will be done by using of hydrocarbons. So the third one is from hydrocarbon. So by using of hydrocarbons in the sense, we under this only we are dealing with like three steps of three reactions where we'll get aldehyde as a product. Okay, by using of hydrocarbons, three reactions we are going to do, so that it will be done by using of hydrocarbons, so that we'll get aldehyde as a product. So now here, first one, that is nothing but from methylbenzene, or what we call as toluene. Okay, that is nothing but your methylbenzene itself. Okay, by using of this methylbenzene, we are going to prepare aldehyde. So what will happen? See, if you are using methylbenzene as a reactant, okay, by in the presence of oxidizing agent. So when you are using oxidizing agent, then it has got different steps. So as a final product, you are going to get carboxylic acid. Okay. If you are using reactant as a methylbenzene in the presence of oxidizing agent, you will get carboxylic acid as a final product. But we don't want carboxylic acid, we want aldehyde. Okay, so what we are supposed to do, we are going to stop the reaction in the middle so that we will get aldehyde as a product. In the sense, the reaction will not continue further. So if the reaction will continue in the sense, we will get carboxylic acid as a product. So that we don't want, we just want aldehyde as a product. So what we are going to do, we are going to add some of the reagent, okay, so that we will get aldehyde as a final product, so that there the reaction will get stopped. So what is the reagent that we are going to use? So we can use chromyl chloride. Chromyl chloride as a reagent, and we can use chromic oxide also. Okay, first we'll deal what is this chromyl chloride as well as how we are going to get the product. Okay, so the chromyl chloride CrO2Cl. So this is the formula of chromyl chloride. So now I will take the methylbenzene, is nothing but a toluene, will be taken CH3. For benzene, methyl group is attached, so methylbenzene, right? So methylbenzene will be treated with CrO2Cl2, your chromyl chloride. Okay, so in the presence of carbon disulfide. So this is a catalyst that will be used over here. Carbon disulfide is a catalyst which will be used over here. See, so now when this toluene will be reacted with your chromyl chloride in the presence of carbon disulfide, you are going to formation of chromium complex. So 2 hydrogen will be removed and that hydrogen will be given over here. Okay. So now what will happen? As I said, hydrolysis will be done. So you can write it as H3O plus, or this is nothing but your water molecule, right? Hydrolysis in the sense what? H plus and OH minus will be there, right? So what will happen when this will react? See, it is having one hydrogen bond, one benzene and two of this kind of group will be present. So when first OH is added, okay, I'll just write it down below. See, here now CH is there, H, one with this complex, okay, one again with this complex, okay. So 2 times, right? Now OH is added over here. So when OH will be attacked for this, one bond is added in the sense another bond should be removed. So this bond you remove, okay. So when you remove, so what will happen here? OH will come, right? Now between oxygen and hydrogen here bond will be there, right? So this bond will be given here. Again, bond is added in the sense one more bond you are supposed to remove. So that you will get CH double bonded O as a product. So product formation will be formed as C double bond O with H. Aldehyde will be formed as a product. So again I explain, in the presence of chromyl chloride as well as catalyst, okay, carbon disulfide, you are going to get a chromium complex. Okay, so all hydrolysis in the sense you can write it as H2O or H3O plus or ion also you can write. Okay, so in the presence of this ion, so what will happen? H plus and OH minus, right? When OH minus will be added over here, one of the bond will be removed. Okay, so again OH in the sense between O as well as hydrogen, again bond will be there, so that will be given to the carbon, so that another group also will be removed and you will get aldehyde as a product. So this is regarding your chromyl chloride, okay, by using of chromyl chloride. So next, as I told, by using of in the sense methyl benzene, if you are containing in the sense oxidizing agent, if you are adding in the sense, you will get carboxylic acid as a product. To stop in the middle, you are going to add a reagent so that aldehyde will be formed as a product. So one step we have done in the sense by using of chromyl chloride, you can stop the reaction so that you will get aldehyde as a product. One more, as I told, you are going to use chromic oxide. Okay, chromic oxide when you will use, by usage of this also you can stop the reaction with aldehyde as a product. So how can you stop the reaction? I'll just take toluene now, CH3. Okay, toluene will be utilized as a reagent over here. So I'll use a chromic oxide which helps to stop the reaction with aldehyde, as well as here acidic anhydride you are supposed to use. If you are using chromic oxide in the sense, it is must that you are supposed to use acidic anhydride. Okay, so this is nothing but your acidic anhydride. So if you are using acidic anhydride, remember again you will get a complex structure. Okay, same thing on hydrolysis you are going to get aldehyde as a product. So complex structure whatever you will get over here, that is in this one CH, C O C O CH3 twice you are supposed to write O C O CH3 twice. Okay, the same thing O C O CH3 O C O CH3 will be formed. Okay, so this will form as a complex structure. Okay, on hydrolysis same thing. Okay, H plus or OH minus, or you can write this as H2O also. So H plus and OH minus will be added over here. Two complex, right? Okay, so this kind of molecules will be, so once it will be removed by addition of OH minus, again the double bond when you will add, another molecules also will be removed, so that you will get aldehyde as a product. So the production of aldehyde will be done by using of this, okay, chromic oxide. So next one, again from hydrocarbons. Okay, so that is nothing but side chain chlorination. We have learned regarding chlorination, right, in the presence of sunlight. So what will happen if you are using chlorine in the sense in the presence of sunlight? If you are using any of alkyl groups in the sense, that alkyl hydrogen will be removed. Okay, as hydrogen will be removed and your Cl group will be added, right? So in the same way here also it goes with the same manner. So I'll just write, see A have learned one procedure under hydrocarbons we have learned, that is by using of toluene. Here again by using of toluene itself, but it is from side chain reaction. Side chain reaction which is followed by hydrolysis. Followed by hydrolysis, in the sense addition of water. Okay. So by side chain reaction, in the sense I will just take toluene now. CH3 Cl2 you are going to add in the presence of sunlight. So what will happen? One hydrogen will be removed, in that place one Cl will be added, right? Okay. This you have learned in 10th standard itself. So hydrogen you are removing, one hydrogen you are removing, and one Cl you are adding. Okay. So that once you will get product in this form. One hydrogen if you have removed, in the sense you will get CH2. In that hydrogen place you will get Cl. Okay. Again this process will continue. Okay. Again you are going to add Cl2 so that it removes one more hydrogen from here and it will add over here. So one more hydrogen if you are removing, in the sense only one hydrogen is left and you will get Cl2. Okay. So this is nothing but chlorination. Now we are done with the chlorination. Now it should be done with hydrolysis. Just add water. Okay. So when you add water, you will get aldehyde as a product. Formation of aldehyde will be done as a product. Again same thing. H plus as well as OH minus. OH minus will be added. That Cl will be removed. So that you will get aldehyde as a product. Okay. Same mechanism will be done with this solution. This is nothing but your side chain reaction. Next reaction will be considered as third one, that is Gattermann-Koch reaction. Very important reaction and very simple reaction also. Gattermann-Koch reaction. Okay. So what is mean by this Gattermann-Koch reaction? The scientists. Okay. So what they have done by using of benzene. Okay. Just by the utilization of benzene, in the presence of carbon monoxide as well as hydrochloric acid, we are going to get aldehyde as a product. Okay. Very simple reaction. Benzene will be treated with carbon monoxide and hydrochloric acid in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3 or CuCl. Okay. In the presence of this reagent, you will get aldehyde as a product. Product formation will take place as aldehyde. Okay. Anywhere you can write here also or here also. Okay. Anywhere you can write. So this is nothing but simple reaction where it goes the preparation of aldehyde by using of just of benzene. So this is a very important reaction. If you want, I can explain how you will get this CHO. Okay. See now carbon is nothing but it is a triple bonded. Okay. Compound which is having triple bond between carbon as well as oxygen. Now when it reacts with HCl. Okay. So the first reaction that takes place between this. Okay. So that H plus will be added over here. So and this bond will be given up. So you will get HC double bonded oxygen with a plus charge and here it goes with negative charge. Now Cl it remains alone, right? What will happen? Cl will react with aluminum chloride KLCl3 to form AlCl4. Okay. So now in the presence of AlCl4, what will happen? The resonance will takes place. Okay. Resonance formation will be taking place so that this bond will be given back to the carbon. Okay. So now here you will get HC triple bond with oxygen. Now this oxygen will act as electrophile in nature. Electrophile in the sense what? Lewis acid. It acts as the electron, right? So this will act as Lewis acid. So now when benzene will be added with this, now it reacts with your reactant, that is nothing but your benzene. Okay. So when benzene will be added over here, see here what will happen? C triple bond O plus as well as hydrogen. So this will come here to the benzene. Now this benzene it acts as a nucleophile. Nucleophile in the sense what? It will donate the electron. So it donates electron over here. So this bond will be given back. Okay. So now so that you will get C double bonded O with the hydrogen. Okay. But here again the breakage of bond will take place. We get AlCl3 and Cl minus. So that Cl minus, it takes this hydrogen. Okay, this takes the hydrogen and this bond will be given back to the benzene. Okay, so when it will be given, you will get this as a product. You will get here bond with the CHO. Aldehyde you are going to get as a product. Okay, so this is regarding the Gattam-Koch reaction. So the next we are going to deal with preparation of ketones. Okay, how we are going to prepare ketones? See, first we have learned preparation of aldehydes as well as ketone with the same kind of reagent or reactant. Okay, so after that we have learned preparation of only with aldehyde, how we are going to prepare, and here we are going to deal how we are going to prepare only with ketones. Okay, so the first concept, that is from acyl chloride. So how we have prepared then, okay, preparation of aldehyde will be done. Acyl chloride is nothing but by using of acid chloride. Okay, by using of acid chloride you are going to prepare your ketones. Preparation of ketones will be done. So now for this procedure, see, acid chloride is nothing but, so any of the acid chloride, so generally here acyl groups will be utilized. Acyl in the sense your alkyl group will be utilized. Okay, so by using of alkyl group, in the sense those acid chlorides will be treated with dialkyl cadmium. Okay, so if I give the reaction acyl chloride C double bond O with the Cl. Okay, so this is nothing but your acyl chloride. Your alkyl group will be attached over here. So this can be right or acyl group. Okay, so this R group will be attached over here. So this will be considered as acyl chloride, right? So now this acyl chloride is treated with dialkyl cadmium. Okay, so it will be treated with the dialkyl cadmium. So now acyl chloride will be treated with the dialkyl. So this is alkyl group, dialkyl cadmium, to get ketone as a product. So here what will happen? See, here also are present, here also are present. So not to get confused, I just put it as R dash. Okay, so now product will come as R dash C double bond O. Cl will be removed. Okay, so here two R groups are there. So I take two of this reactant so that the product will form with R. So now this is nothing but your ketonic group. So what is remaining now? Here two of Cl is remaining. Here one Cd is remaining. So I can write it as CdCl. So cadmium chloride will be formed. So here this process is easy, but the preparation of this is very difficult. In the sense your alkyl, dialkyl cadmium, it has got one more procedure to prepare with this. Okay, so what is the procedure to prepare this dialkyl cadmium? It is nothing but by using of Grignard reagent. Okay, so this will be considered as Grignard reagent. So what is mean by Grignard reagent? Here alkyl group will be treated with metal halide. Okay, alkyl group will be treated. See, this complex or this compound will be considered as Grignard reagent. So this will comes many times. Okay, in reaction to prepare most of the compound, we are going to use this reagent. So now this reagent will be prepared by using of alkyl group as well as your metal as well as your halogen group. So now here when metal halide will be reacted with your alkyl group, that will be considered as Grignard reagent. Now this Grignard reagent you will be treating with the cadmium chloride. Okay, Grignard reagent will be treated with cadmium chloride so that you will get product. See, 2 of R of MgX will be utilized and this will be treated with the cadmium chloride and you will get this as a product. Okay, R2, okay, R2 as well as your cadmium. R2 cadmium. What is remaining now? Remaining is your MgX as well as Cl over here. So MgX as well as Cl. So this will be remaining. Okay, as a byproduct. So this alkyl, dialkyl cadmium will be utilized for our process. Okay, to prepare your ketone. See here, as a byproduct, what you are going to get? You are going to get again cadmium chloride. Instead of wasting this, they will utilize for further process. In the sense, again they will prepare your dialkyl cadmium by using of Grignard reagent so that you will get more number of ketone trials, we are going to prepare a ketone. Okay, so the reactant, any of the reactant we can take, so that see nitrile will be taken over here. C triple bond N will be taken. So this is nothing but your R group. Okay, so you can represent this just as R group also. Okay, so CH2 C triple bond N. So this will be treated with your reagent. Okay, so the reagent whatever we are going to use over here, so that will be considered as Grignard reagent. See, now Grignard reagent, by that term when I consider are represented as R. So this R is nothing but as I told, it can be aryl or alkyl group. So I will be taking now C6H5. So those are getting confused with these. What kind of compound you are supposed to take? Just take R. Okay, so just take R over here as well as R over here also. Okay, so that can be taken over here. So now here what will happen? The product whatever will be formed. See, C6H5 plus and MgBr minus 4. This will be consist of negative charge. So what will happen? The charge of negative, it will be binded with this, and this positive will be binded with the carbon. So that you will get product as CH3, CH2. C, for C you are having C6H5, and for nitrile in the sense you are having how many bonds with the nitrogen? Triple bonds are present. So when it goes with this, when you are adding one more bond in the sense it comes with a double bond, so you will get NMgBr. Okay, see, remember this process will be done in the presence of ether. Okay, so as I said, C6H5 will combine with this and MgBr will combine with this. Okay, so that you will get this as a product. Okay, the complex structure formation takes place. Again on hydrolysis. Hydrolysis is nothing but either H2O or H2O plus also you can write. See, here by using of this you will get ketone as a product. So the final product will be formed over here CH3, CH2, C double bond O. You are going to get C6H5. Whole of this group will be removed. Okay, how it will be removed? See, it is the mechanism is not important, or it won't be asked. See, I'll just tell you how you will get. See here H plus and OH minus will be there, right? Okay, so now again same thing. OH minus will be added over here. If OH minus is added in the sense, one bond should be removed, right? So you will get R group with C. Here C6H5 will be formed. Okay, and here you are having OH. And one bond is there, one bond is given to N, so that comes as NH, Mg, Br will be formed, right? So around carbon, 4 bonds are present. So now here this bond, whatever it is there, so that will be given back. So as I said, one bond you are adding in the sense, one more bond you are supposed to remove. So R, C, double bond, oxygen, C6H5, so this will be the product. Okay, so this is from nitrile, you are going to prepare ketone in the presence of ether as well as hydrolysis water. So the next one, the preparation of ketone by from benzene or any of the substituted benzene. Simple term if I tell, that is nothing but Friedel-Crafts acylation. Okay, because you have learned already in 11th standard. So this goes with Friedel-Crafts acylation. So here what will happen? You are going to take benzene or any one of the derivative of benzene you can take, and here you are going to take either aryl or alkyl. You can take R also. Okay, no problem. So C double bond OCl will be taken. Okay, aryl or alkyl group of chloride. Okay, will be taken over here. You know, Friedel-Crafts acylation will be done in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride AlCl3, right? So what will be the product? The simple product. The product formation takes place over here. That is nothing but ketone. C double bond O with R group, or you can take aryl group. Okay, any one of this we can write. So here what will happen in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride? You have learned how the mechanism of this Friedel-Crafts acylation will go. So what regarding preparation of aldehydes as well as preparation of ketones. So in last class you have learned preparation of aldehyde as well as ketone, okay, by using of same kind of reagent. So that will be done by oxidation method, by using of oxidizing agent. If you are using primary alcohol, you are going to get aldehyde. If you are using secondary alcohol, you are going to get ketone as a product. Okay, and the next reaction you have learned by dehydrogenation, in the sense by catalytic dehydrogenation. Same thing there, instead of oxidizing agent you are going to use catalyst, okay, copper as well, or you can use silver as a catalyst, where primary alcohol will give aldehyde, secondary alcohol will give ketone in the presence of catalyst. Okay, and the third one you have learned regarding from hydrocarbon you are going to prepare aldehyde as well as ketones. So they from hydrocarbons, in a sense you are going to prepare by using of alkenes. So that will be done by ozonolysis. Okay, so use of alkene with the ozonolysis, by that time you will get a complex structure and the formation of aldehydes. And if you are using higher alkenes, in the sense you will get ketone as a product. Sometimes it is possible to get aldehyde as well as ketone, both the products, okay, in the same step. So that is nothing but by ozonolysis. And by using of alkynes, okay, hydrogenation of alkynes will be done in the presence of mercuric sulfate as well as sulfuric acid to give aldehyde. If you are using ethine, in the sense you will get aldehyde as a product. If you are using higher alkynes, in the sense you are going to get ketone as a product. So this you have learned in last class, and in today's class you have learned the preparation of only with the aldehyde and the preparation of only with the ketones. So the preparation of only with the aldehyde, in the sense the first reaction mainly goes with the Rosenman reaction, where you have learned your benzyl chloride will be treated or hydrogenated in the presence of palladium as well as barium sulfate as a catalyst, so that you will get aldehyde as aldehyde as a product. So that will be considered as Rosenman reaction. And the second reaction that you have learned is that is Stephan reaction, where you are going to use nitrile. Okay, so that nitrile will be treated with the stannous chloride as well as hydrochloric acid, so that you will get aldehyde on hydrolysis. Okay, so that reaction will be considered as Stephan reaction. Not only by using of Stephan reaction, and you can use diol hydride. Okay, diol hydrogen also you can utilize. By using of that also you can prepare aldehyde from nitrile as well as from ester also. Okay, so that is nothing but the second one. Third one, from hydrocarbons. So from hydrocarbon, in the sense, in that first one, that is nothing but by using of benzene. Okay, that is nothing but your toluene. By using of toluene, you can prepare, in the sense, if you are using toluene, in the sense oxidizing agent, when you are adding, directly it gives carboxylic acid as a product, but we don't want carboxylic acid, we want aldehyde. To stop the reaction in the middle, we are going to add some of the reagent, so that the reaction will be stopped. Okay, so that we will get aldehyde as a product. So by there, if you are using toluene, okay, for that chromyl chloride, if you are using, a complex structure will be done. Okay, on hydrolysis you are going to get aldehyde as a product. See, remember this reaction, okay, by using of chromyl chloride, if you are doing the reaction to get aldehyde from toluene, then the reaction is known as Itard reaction. Okay, so that reaction will be considered as Itard reaction. Important name reaction is. Okay, so that will be considered as Itard reaction. Again I repeat, by using of chromyl chloride, okay, as a reagent toluene will be utilized, and as a product you are going to get aldehyde. Okay, so that is one. Another, by using of toluene, okay, you can use chromic oxide also. On hydrolysis you are going to get aldehyde as a product. So this is regarding aldehyde as a first step. Next step, by chain. Okay, in the sense chlorination will be done. Okay, side chain chlorination will be done. One hydrogen you are removing, one chlorine you are going to add in the presence of sunlight, so that on hydrolysis again you are going to get aldehyde as a product. Okay, so this is regarding the side chain reaction. And one more, by using of your nitriles also, okay, the reaction will be done over there. Okay, Guttaman-Koch reaction, that is very important reaction. Guttaman-Koch reaction, just by utilize of benzene, add carbon monoxide and hydrochloric acid to give aldehyde or benzaldehyde as a product. So that is nothing but Guttaman-Koch. Next we have studied regarding preparation of ketones. There are 3 steps we have learned, 3 reactions you have learned. The first reaction using of acyl nitrile. Okay, again nitriles will be utilized utilized, or acid chloride. Okay, first one we have done with acid chloride. There Grignard reagent we have utilized to get a product. Okay, for acid chloride. In the same way, by using of nitriles, there also Grignard reagent we have utilized. On hydrolysis we have got ketone as a product. And the third one is by using of benzene or substituted benzene. Okay, just use benzene and by using of your acyl chloride or aryl chloride in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, which is nothing but Friedel-Crafts acylation. Okay, so we'll be done over here to get aldehyde, to get ketone as a product. So this is regarding today's chapter.